Another Chinese influence in the United States comes through literature. This year, a top literary festival, Aspen Summer Words in Colorado, made China the country of honor. Mary Maccarthy was there.
Written his family in Shanghai, seeking their help in locating likely candidates.
My Father's Chinese Wife is one of Sandra Tsing Loh's most popular works. It's a loving but irreverent take on how she and her sister, raised in California, react to their widowed Chinese father's search for a young Chinese wife.
Crazy old Chinese father is actually kind of a code word for the fact that my father has always had a hard time spending money. That's a zero.
Tsing Loh says that Asian American literature was in vogue for a time in the 1990s, a trend that first pushed her to explore her Chinese ancestry.
I sort of used it in this piece of just something to hit over and over again, almost to flagellate myself. My father's having these Chinese wives. I don't understand Chinese. They're Chinese. You know, he says he's really cheap and collects food out of the dumpster, and he calls that Chinese, but he's lying because my Chinese relatives say it's not. So it was really kind of in conflict with myself about what this thing was.
Over the years, Tsing Loh's stories, plays, and performances, all dosed with a heavy dash of humor, have pushed her to a deeper understanding of her father's Chineseness and her own.
I see how my father, who is from Shanghai, really sort of does fit there and doesn't, so I'm sort of coming more to peace with the term, but it's always been a challenge.
Like Sandra Tsing Loh, novelist Lisa See also grew up Chinese American in Southern California. As a child, she struggled to define her role in one of the biggest families in Los Angeles' Chinatown. It was a personal journey that ended up shaping her artistic vision.
My great-great-grandfather came to work on the railroad from China. That there was this sense of this sort of deep Chinese American history in this country, but also this connection back to China, to the home village.
See's first major book was On Gold Mountain, a history of the Chinese in America told through the lens of her own family's story. She then moved on to novels that explore various periods of Chinese and Chinese American history.
All of these stories that I've told since then, whether they're the mysteries, whether it's a story in 17th century China, whether it's a story that takes place here in the 1930s or 40s in the Chinese American nightclub world, that it's that sense of wanting to live in their clothes and just experience what their life was like.
See feels that Americans, despite their burgeoning interest in China, lack a genuine sense of how Chinese people live, and that's a view she works to portray in her novels. Mary Maccarthy, CCTV, Aspen, Colorado.